Bread and Roses means to me that we are here, hopefully, to provide not only the basics of a cafe, an event space, a co-working area, but also to offer the opportunity for people to meet other people, to share ideas.
Well, obviously the quote is coming from that history of the worker movement. I think it was a strike in Massachusetts, and industrial strike and industrial action, and particularly it was women. They were female workers. So the quote, "the worker demands bread, but she demands roses too," is somewhat poignant that it has a feminist slant, and it's about inclusion and togetherness and solidarity.
I love the political connotations of it, and it is about making sure that everybody has what they need, like bread, but actually acknowledging that we all need a little bit more than that. It's not about survival, we need those treats as well.
The name Bread and Roses, I could sing the song, but I'm not going to.
I was here when we were deciding on the name, and there was loads of names. There was names associated with the street and its location, but Bread and Roses had so much history and so much like depth to it, and it was about saying that yes, we need what's necessary and we need all those things that feed us, but it is absolutely, especially in a city like Bradford, it is totally okay to say actually I want something really beautiful as well.
It's a really important place for creative people in Bradford, and I think what it does is it brings out creativity in people who don't even realise they're creative. There's nowhere in Bradford that you can go consistently and be welcomed and remembered and have a conversation that continued from the last conversation. There's nowhere in Bradford that you can get really good quality vegan food, and even if you're not vegan, just great food, really good coffee, and there isn't a day that I come here where you don't feel that you make some connection.
Every city needs a place like Bread and Roses because it's not just a business. It's not just a cafe. It's a real proper community space. It's really welcoming, and it's really inspiring and a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I moved to Bradford in September and came to Bread and Roses with a friend for lunch, and then came back every week because it was so lovely and everyone was so friendly.
What first brought me to Bread and Roses was that I co-work in Assembly, which is just a few doors down, and I needed a really strong, nice coffee, and wanted to check out the local area, so wandered down.
I do my poetry nights. There's a lot of places where I do poetry nights that I wouldn't be able to have as diverse a group of people come to it. And I think that Bread and Roses, it's a nice environment. They do great lattes. Well, I have to say, the B+Rs are the best in Bradford, and that's really saying something from a man who likes the cashmere.
I'd say definitely friendly people. Nice meals and nice food and nice meal, and also you have a toilet downstairs, which is great for Audrey and some of the other ladies.
One of the things that I really liked when I first discovered Bread and Roses, not just on a single occasion, but kind of the early stages, was just kind of seeing the mix of people, both who were just using the centre, just having ad hoc meetings, having little conversations, but also the events were really, really inclusive. And when I say inclusive, I mean in terms of the broad spectrum of inclusivity, not just kind of ethnically inclusive or in terms of age, but it's just kind of really diverse. And for me that was really fantastic. And often we hear about community-based organisations or community-based venues, and sometimes you walk in and it kind of feels like a section of the community. And yeah, at some point it's community-based, but not really inclusively so. But Bread and Roses really, I think, steps up to the plate, quite literally, with regard to being inclusive of the community. It looks more like Bradford than many of the kind of places I go. So yeah, it's got a great energy, and the people are fantastic. Really warm, dynamic, attentive folk who work here, and yeah, that really kind of comes across as soon as you open the door. So yeah, it's just somewhere I really love to come and get the Saturday paper, chill out, have a coffee, have some cake, and some savoury. I do have savoury.
For me, it is absolutely one of Bradford's cultural gems. Being in the heart of Bradford city centre, it represents everything that is good about Bradford. it represents community, it represents our diversity, it represents the places where from small conversations big campaigns happen, you know, an organisation like the amazing Racial Justice Network that is based here, and the amazing work they do to challenge structural racism, for example, not only in Bradford but across the world, is absolutely second to none. But then it's those other things where, you know, if you're feeling lonely and you don't have a lot of people in your life, you come into Bread and Roses, somebody will talk to you, speaking to other people, connecting, finding common ground with people because of diversity. Because of that, people understand that as a collective they can make a difference, and that's why Bread and Roses were formed. That's what cooperatives are about, and this is what Bradford District is about.
You walk through the door, it's instantly welcoming. It's just got a nice atmosphere. I like coming to work in the morning now. It's important that for us that we're supporting an organisation that's, you know, doing good and is not for profit. We wouldn't have moved in here if you were a private business, I don't think. You know, I think people are stealing my milk. That's far too cooperative. I'm only joking, cut that bit out.
The people, I love meeting new people, and there's so many people that come in through the door. Obviously we get our regulars.
They're very much about togetherness, accessibility, welcoming. It's for everybody. Bread and Roses is for everybody.
You come in and you can get any help you need, you can get whatever you want from Bread and Roses. The people make the place.
It means something for everyone. It means, yeah, an opportunity for everyone. And if you have the idea, you can make it here. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Inspired by the people and the opportunities that this space offers to, you know, members of the community, people who want to run events, people who want to engage with other people.
All of us who have been involved are Bradfordians, young people involved in small businesses, and by pooling our different businesses together whilst keeping them separate and independent in this kind of cooperative structure, it's allowed us to create opportunities for ourselves, to make our businesses more resilient, to make opportunities for other people, and to provide a welcoming space in Bradford.
I've never been involved in a place that's as loved as Bread and Roses, and I think especially now when I walk in all these years later, I see how much it is a part of people's lives and a part of the community that it's created. It's almost got its own community.
I spent a lot of time conducting interviews like these and speaking to lots of people that are part of the wider community and part of Bradford Cooperative Association and further afield. But not only that, the people that are here on a day-to-day basis, and it's all about creating connections and reducing isolation, and there's always opportunities, and there's always a smile, there's always someone to listen. I think that's a really incredible thing.
What? Am I on the live? Is it rolling?
Can you introduce yourself, kind of tell a little bit about yourself, what you do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, alright, sorry, yeah.
Me sat down, ready for like a massive.
Yeah, I'm confused where to look.
Right. People go together, and I think that's what it is. It's like, I don't know, ham and eggs.
Yeah.
You know, ain't it really?
You're right, that's exactly what I wanted.
Could you close the door, Josh? Sorry. I forgot to. I'm an idiot.
Oh, I'm getting my steps in today.
What does the name Bread and Roses mean to you?
Oh, that's a test, isn't it? I've got the poster up in my bedroom.
You don't have to be.
Worker must be, yeah.
Bread and Roses. I looked right at the camera, is that weird?
No, that's very wrong.
That's it.
So in the chat,
I feel like I'm an over and I can't. It's really stressing me out.
I'm like that talk.
It's a staff of fucking ace.
Yeah.
Should have said that. Oh, bloody ace.
Let's say bloody.
It's alright, is everything?
Yeah, it's everything.
Oh my god,
Do
oh my
it.
god.
You smashed
Put
it.
my flash Grattan voice on.
Bread and Roses.